Come here, baby. I know you're feeling angry, frustrated, spent. You're probably worried too. I know how it gets you. How things sometimes end up as they are. I want you to know today is not a bad day. And even if you feel like it might be, even if it feels like we should all give up hope, that's when we must band together. That's when, no matter what happens, we don't have to hate each other. Don't waste time with that. I know that there's been someone who you haven't gotten along with, but don't forget that person is also a human just like you. And we all make mistakes sometimes. So I'm here to tell you, no matter what they say, no matter what they do, never let yourself dehumanize them. Did you know, a long time ago, I had a grandmother who was very kind. She was the one who gave me my name, actually. And she was a very, very wonderful woman, with one caveat. Long, long ago, she had a divorce with someone, and she was bitter for the rest of her days. Every time that subject matter came up, every single time this beautiful, wonderful woman who had given me so much hope and kindness turned into a monster. I don't want you to end up like that. It was all because she held on to that hatred, and eventually it was her undoing. Eventually that hatred catches up with you. And I love you far too much to see that day come to pass. Don't hate anyone. Those who hate and those who are hated are both very sad. I've seen it firsthand. And I don't want you to end up like my grandmother did. I want you to be happy and free. Love always wins over hate. If ever someone confronts you with a hateful thing, kill them with kindness. You don't have to roll over and take it, but you don't have to stoop to their level. No matter what, if someone is hateful or disagrees with who you are or what you do, don't let them take away your smile. You don't have to. You never have to. You're beautiful, 100% from head to toe, and in that heart of yours most of all. I love you, baby, and I would do anything for you. I would do anything to make you smile, and so you should focus that on me instead. If anything, I'll protect you. I'll never let that hatred reach you, and I'll never let that hatred make people into monsters. Because I know what it is to hold a grudge. I know what it is to hold hatred in your heart, even when you don't want to. That lingering pain, it reminds you of it, doesn't it? I want better for you, and I never want to see the day come to pass when you can say those words out of your mouth that you hate something or wish bad upon them. Trust me, we're all suffering in this time, but we don't have to make the time a suffering just because we may struggle or fall. Even if somebody pushes us, it doesn't mean to push back. Instead, don't give them the satisfaction. Leave them. Don't give them a reaction that they're looking for. Instead, we can all make this much more civil. I know that sometimes people may not like certain groups or may not get along. Everyone has their own opinions, and everyone sometimes has this disagreements, this dissidence, where one's stance may determine who they end up and how they end up viewing them. But it doesn't mean that people can't make mistakes. Even people who may be seen as haters or bad people, once you get to know them, may not be as such. Perhaps it's a misunderstanding, or maybe they're just something that you never expected it to be. Don't worry, honey. I'll protect you from each and every one, so you don't have to hold on to that hate. Let it go, and let me bear every single responsibility on my back. I'm strong enough for it. I know what it's like to feel pain, but I also know so well what it's like to be happy, and I don't want you to hold on to those grudges. In truth, I used to hate my father. I used to hate who he was, what he did. The horrible hypocrisy of what he wanted from me. His dreams through me. I never wanted those dreams, but he didn't care. But instead I realized he's just a wounded man. He's someone who also has his own problems. He feels guilt too. Every human being, no matter how obsessed they get, no matter how painful life can be, sometimes they get painted the wrong way. I can't hate him, even if I do pity him. Even if I do think he's wrong, that doesn't mean I have to bring hate into the equation. I will be the bigger man so that you can see me for who I am. Someone filled with love and not hatred. I never want you to be like that. Never hold on to the hatred because it corrupts you. It gets deep into your system and you'll compromise on things you never wanted to, say things you don't mean, and be a way you never want to. I don't want to see the day come to pass where even if you're doing something righteously, you do it in the wrong manner that you regret later. I want you to be able to live without regrets. So, my baby, don't ever hold on to them. And let me bear the responsibility for anything that does come our way. Even if someone hates us together, or hates you or I will protect us. And I will protect you with all of my heart. Trust me, I'm very strong, both emotionally and physically. I will not let anything bad happen to us. And if it does come to pass, I will sort it out myself. So please do not worry. Never feel like you have to defend me or face people in combat that you never signed up for. Instead, let me be the hero that saves the day. You can be strong without holding on to that. You can be stronger because even if that hatred for those people who did you wrong may still linger, instead of letting them win, letting it get to you, why not channel it into something that's positive? Use it as influence to why you're going to be that much nicer. That way, if someone was hating, they might realize that neither side is bad. They might realize that everyone's human at the end of the day. And perhaps it might be too kind of a stance. I don't care, because I'm strong enough to bear it. And if I can make people smile, especially you, baby, and alleviate some of that stress and take away some of that bad, then everything is worth it. Everything. I love you. And I will try everything in my power to make sure that drama and sadness and bad things never come here. So don't you worry, and don't you feel you have to ever go into that situation and combat someone. I will protect us. Mark my words. It's never us versus them. Remember, no matter how much it seems like that, they have faults, and we do too. So it's best not to focus on that. You know? Because when we focus on something like that, we end up being in this situation where we dehumanize the opposition. And I think both sides can do that in an argument. I never want it to be this dehumanization that consumes you. It's terrible for your mental health. It can actually cause things like dementia and Alzheimer's. And those conditions are very sad to see. My grandmother faded away because of it. And it was all towards that hatred. Sure, there may have been other factors involved, but I deep down in my heart think it was that deep seething grudge. That was what made her linger and fade away. I'm sorry for mentioning such a deep and dark topic, but I want you to hear me out. Baby, I will protect you, so never feel alone in this. You're loved. You're protected. And I want to see how beautiful that kind heart of yours can be. Do something nice for someone, whether it's me or someone else. I want to see you bring positivity and happiness. Only that way can we make the world less bad. Can we make it a happier place? A place where everyone can smile. Not just us and them, but everyone together. I think everyone as humans can come together and do great things. That even if we're just a small group of two, we can see it as being something more. That those people, as distant as they may seem sometimes, are still people. I love you, darling. And I will see to it that every single time the going gets tough, we stick together that much more. And we smile in the face of adversity. And even when you feel like crying and giving up, know that you don't have to deal with that alone. You never have to bear the weight of everything on your shoulders because you're not alone. I know how much you bear every single day, not only from the trauma, the sadness, the pain. Even sometimes it's easy to lash out. But I want you to take that out on me. If you need to lash out, I'll bear the weight of it, okay? I'm strong enough to take it. You squeeze this arm of mine. You squeeze it as hard as you have to, and you squeeze all of those bad feelings out, okay? Every single one of them. That's the spirit. That's a nice grip you have. And I think you're doing just fine. You may be critical of yourself and your actions sometimes, and I don't want you to regret them. Instead, be proud to be flawed. And don't say bad things to others. Never target another, and always focus on us instead. Focus on bringing someone up, a friend, a family member, and even those who are the cause of trauma. Just ignore them, push them away. Those which you cannot forgive or easily forget. Try and forget those who linger with those scars on your heart. And I know how hard that is. And I don't expect it to be an easy thing, but we'll get past these scars and we'll let them heal together, my baby. I will make sure, day and night, to be there for you, even when you don't feel strong, even when you feel like giving up, when you feel like the world's all against you. You'll never be alone. You'll always have me. No matter what time or change ever dictates, I will be yours, baby. You'll never be alone. You'll never face these trials without hugs and love. Don't you ever feel lonely, because I'll be here through it all. I'll protect you from any bad that would come your way, and even when you feel like giving up, when you feel so sad, don't you let those bad feelings win. Trust me, baby. We'll be okay. Together through these tough times. I'll never, ever, ever stop being there for you. Believe in my words, and I'll believe in you. And together, we'll be very close and happy, and protect the smiles of everyone we can. We'll be the heroes to others, to make this world a happier place, even in the worst times. That's what it means to be a hero. I think a lot of people misunderstand it. They think being a hero is standing up for justice, but no, it's standing up when you feel like laying down. It's having hope when you feel hopeless. It's giving people a gleaming star in the sky that seems so dark, even on the darkest of nights. It's giving a smile when you feel like you're gonna cry, and trying to be the best you can be. And trust me, it means the world to me just to have you in my arms. Just to know you're listening to me. Nothing matters more, because I can feel it. That you take my words to heart. Even if sometimes I feel defeated, you give me that extra strength to go plus ultra. You let me be like the heroes I admired. You give me that heart when sometimes I feel I've lost it. Thank you for being the beautiful, wonderful person that I always knew you were. Thank you for not giving up, Thank you for being here with me and listening to my words. I will never, in all my life, regret what I've said. I'll never stop caring, and I'll never stop what I do being a hero to you, giving you hope and positivity because I believe in it from the bottom of my heart that it will make things better in this world. I know that altruism sometimes gets you in trouble. I know that sometimes being kind to someone can be difficult. But be kind to those you trust. Those you don't, just treat them cordially. I'm not saying to trust people you don't know. In fact, that can be dangerous. But I will say, kindness is never a bad approach. Only make sure that you have people to trust with it. I know full well how easy it is to have things be difficult. Things that should never be difficult. Like trusting people. Please, make sure, if ever dealing with strangers, you trust your heart, and if you get a bad feeling, you never give them a second thought. The last thing I want is someone to hurt you. And that's why I think it's important you only trust those who deserve it. I will protect you from all the bad people. And I know sometimes I may make mistakes. We all do. And even if those mistakes kick us when we're down, we can't let them win. The bad feelings can't beat us if we're together, right? No matter what, no matter how, I'll find a way to make you feel even more special. To give you everything I have and protect you with all my might. It may not seem like much, but when it comes to protecting your smile, there's nothing that matters more to me. Absolutely nothing. So please, if ever someone takes it away, you tell me. I will deal with it. I won't let hurt win the day. Instead, I will make sure that we can be happy, we can ignore the bad and move on from it. Grudges will consume. Even the best person, even the kindest person in the world can be vulnerable to them. I want you to be free of them, and that's why I'll be brave. Braver than anyone. I won't let anyone hurt you, and even if there's people who have done horrible things, let's not focus on them. They don't deserve that focus. Instead, I'd like to rather focus on you. Kissing all that pain away. Wiping away the tears. I will make you happy. Because I know this life can seem like it has no silver lining. But trust me, baby. Together, that silver lining can be us. We can make it happen. And we can make this world less bad. Less sad and less dastardly. No matter what happens. Let's not despair. There is so much hope to have, and so much good to see. You just have to know where to find it. Honey, I will make sure our lives are filled with happiness and good. So please promise me you won't hold on to any grudges. Promise me that no matter how dark it gets, you won't focus on the hurt. And I know there's going to be times that you do. Obviously, pain and scars, they remind us sometimes that they exist. But I want you to slowly work them out of your life. I know it's going to be so tough, but we don't have to make it something that's terrible. We don't have to make it something that lingers for the rest of our lives. I know what people say about hurt. It takes a long time to forget and forgive. And sometimes maybe you can never do the latter. But it's okay. You don't have to focus on it. Focus on me instead. Squeeze me tight and give me a hug. You'll never be alone. And those who have hurt you can't hurt you anymore. Never fear, my love. I will make sure that every single negative thing is countered by 10 positives. You yourself are beautiful, both inside and out. I get lost in your eyes every single day, and I get lost in your heart every single word. You inspire me. My baby, how much I love you. And whenever I feel like crying, I smile because I feel so lucky to have you in my life. It's the 100% truth. The plus ultra truth, I'd say. I love you. And the more I find things to love about you, the less concerned I get with my scars, with things that I would normally focus on. And I think that what you need is people who love you around you. Love counters hate. It completely beats it. And if you counter hate with love, you'll always be the winner. So please, never, ever feel like you're wrong. Those scars, they will take time, but we'll get through this together, okay? I promise, no matter what, I will bear those wounds with you so they'll not be so heavy. And that anyone who bullies or hates you, they'll be the ones who lose because they're the ones who hold on to the grudge. Don't worry about them. Never focus on them and never hold a grudge of your own. It's important to always leave that to me. I will protect you. And that smile of yours, I'll never let it go away. I'll never let what we have, the strength of heart and the kindness, go away. And I'll never change, okay? You never have to worry. No matter how big of a pro hero I become, I will never change how I view things. I'm just the same as back when I was at UA. I'm just the same person, though I've grown to understand how much love is important, how much it matters to life in general, both loving myself and loving you, loving the world and being kind. It's all something that goes hand in hand. If I'm kind to someone else, then there's a chance that they'll be kind to you. Don't you understand? Kindness is contagious, and good always triumphs over evil. Even if evil sometimes wins a battle, love will always win the war. I love you, and I will be your strength whenever you feel like giving up. I will protect you from all of the bad and evil in this world and make it go away one at a time, every single moment. I will make the hate turn to love. Because if we conduct ourselves in a wonderful, happy manner and protect those around us and those even further, then there will be no one around who has any hate or reason to hate. And there will be so much love that everyone gets a smile, even those who were sad, those who lashed out, anything. They're people too, and I want you to never dehumanize them, but never bother if they make you upset, okay? You focus that on me. I'll bear the weight of everything on my shoulders because I'm strong. You help me to reach that strength. You help me to feel like I can do anything. And I'll never take that for granted or ever stop loving you back. You are my strength and my heart, my baby. And I will be your darling through it all. Please understand, my baby. You've inspired me to this end. You've made me understand that hatred isn't the way. That holding on to grudges will only hurt myself, you and my grandmother. I finally realized what was wrong, what always bothered me, and it was that I was repeating history. I was doing what the hurt was making me do, and I don't want to be a puppet to fate. I don't want to follow helplessly into a cycle of hatred and start wars. I want love, not wars. I want people to accept each other, accept their differences, and be able to move along instead of focus on hatred and sadness and conflict and all those things. I believe as a hero, it's what I need to do. I need to lead things by example. That even if bad things happen, or certain things can be unfair, we don't need to be sad. I don't need to be sad. You don't need to be sad. Together, we can make it something wonderful. Trust me, baby. I won't let a single thing bring me down. I won't let a single sadness win. Because I know how lonely you get sometimes. How sometimes it feels like you're the only person in the world, right? Who understands you. Well, you won't have to be the only one. I know what that feels like. To feel like you're alone, even in a crowd, even within a family. I know what it feels like to feel distant. But you're not alone. Us misfits can stick together, and we can make things amazing. We can make it happy. We can be there together through it all. I won't let a sad day happen. Never again. Let's make this day one to celebrate instead of one to cry. Let's make every sad thought into a good one. And if we do fall to sadness, we'll make it happy in no time. Trust me, I'll never let things stay sad. No matter what, I will protect you and the happiness we have together. It means everything to me. Absolutely everything. I love you, my baby. And I will make that smile of yours even better. The happiness much happier. And the sadness as if it doesn't even exist. Don't be lonely, baby. I will make that loneliness a thing of the past. Just like the hurt and pain that you go through, I won't let it keep haunting you. Please trust me. Your heart is safe here. You can find a safe place for any time when you feel sad. I will be there. I will try absolutely my hardest to make sure that a frown, that tears never come your way. I will be that protector you need, that passionate knight that will steal away all of the sadness and rescue you from the Demon King. I will never, ever, ever stop loving you. And I want you to have something to relax to. Something wonderful just for you. So I will give you my kiss and all of my feelings. And every one of my passions just for you. Baby, don't you worry about a thing, okay? You just relax in my arms and feel as special as you want because you are special. Beyond anything else, I will never, ever stop loving you. You're my baby for a reason. And I absolutely live for how special you are to me. I love you, my dear baby. And I will be there through everything, right there next to you. Why don't we just relax for a while? Sometimes you just have to breathe. I love you, my darling. Never forget that. That everything I do is out of love and care that you deserve. You'll always be my